Hello and welcome back to Travel Unraveled with Ashwini. This is part 2 of our Coastal Gujarat road trip. In part 1 we covered Sasangir and Diu, and in this video we will cover Somnath, Madhavpur beach, Jambhuvant Caves and Dwarka. So we checked out of Hotel Apar in Diu and started for Somnath at 11 am. We then decided to visit the Nagoa beach in Diu, which we missed visiting the day before, and then continue further. The Nagoa beach was yet another beautiful, peaceful, and serene beach. Surprisingly, it was not crowded at all. After a quick lunch at Hotel Regenta and speaking to the locals, we realized that it was not going to take too much time to cover the Somnath Temple. Hence, we decided to visit the other significant tourist places around, the first being Bhalka Tirth. So, Bhalka Tirth is the place where Lord Krishna was hit by an arrow in his foot, mistaken for a deer, while sitting under a tree, which led to his death later. In this temple, you will see the scene of the time when this happened. There are statues of Lord Krishna sitting exactly in the pose when he was hit by the arrow, and of Jara, the person who shot the arrow, asking for forgiveness. That very tree under which Lord Krishna was sitting at that time is also there along with the statues. Next, we headed to the Triveni Sangam, meaning the confluence of three rivers, the Hiranya, the Kapila, and the mythical Saraswati. Legend has it that the mythical Saraswati river cannot be seen anywhere in India except this place. A small 10-minute boat ride will take you to the confluence to take a closer look. After this, we went to the place named Ban Ganga, from where the arrow that hit Lord Krishna was shot. Ban meaning arrow, hence the name. This place is close to Somnath Temple and is quite far from Bhalka Tirth, and it is surprising how far the arrow must have travelled before hitting Lord Krishna. It is significant because there are 3 Shivlingas on the beach, and as per legend, these are Swayambhu, meaning they appeared on their own. Yet again, the sight of sea waves doing an abhishek of the lingas was so magical. From Ban Ganga, we went to the Somnath Temple, which was built by Devi Ahilyabai Holkar, an ardent Shiva devotee. After offering our prayers here, we headed to the ancient Somnath Temple. Here, since electronic and leather items were not allowed, we had to keep our smartphones, smartwatches away in a cloakroom before entering the temple gate. Dedicated to the Lord Shiva, the Somnath Temple is believed to be the first Jyotirlinga, meaning devotional shrines of Lord Shiva, out of the 12 Jyotirlingas in India, and is particularly sacred. This temple has been destroyed and rebuilt as many as 17 times for its wealth. Destroyed by the Mughals and then the British, this temple was rebuilt last by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. We attended an hour-long light and sound show at the back of the temple, sitting on the steps and enjoying the sounds of the gushing sea waves behind us. Another fascinating mystery here is called the Ban Stambh, Ban meaning arrow and Stambh meaning pillar. There is an inscription carved on the pillar in Sanskrit which means that there is no earth terrain from this point of the sea to the South Pole. In simple words, if you shoot an arrow from this point, it will travel till the South Pole without hitting any land. Mysterious truly. We arrived at Madhavpur beach at noon. By this time, the sand was all heated up, yet soft and fine. We rushed to the waves to get a closer look. This beach is quite unusually steep and uneven, something that I haven't seen on any other beach, which makes it really risky to step inside the waters. So we were pretty much at a safe distance, also probably explains why it is not crowded. Nonetheless, it was a beautiful, untouched beach. The beach was not crowded at all, hence there were no shacks as well, apart from a few coconut water handcarts and seashell selling carts. We spent almost an hour here before starting for our next stop, Jambhuvant Caves, another mysterious place. Jambhavan, who is regarded as the king of bears, is a character from Ramayana who lived in these caves. Being a Lord Shiva devotee, he had made a few Shivlingas here. Now let's come to the mysterious part. Inside the cave, there are droplets of water dripping from the roof, which, when hit the land, form a natural Shivlinga. What is most fascinating here is instead of forming a hole in the place where the water droplets fall, there forms a Shivlinga. There are many such lingas formed inside, and on some water is still dripping. They are all natural and not man made. Also, there was a conch shaped structure formed on the roof itself, which is called the Daya Shank, and many were in the process of formation. One can only wonder and be in awe of nature. We had planned to cover Nageshwar Temple and Dwarkadish Temple that very day. So after freshening up a bit, we left for Nageshwar Temple, which is a 40 minutes drive from Dwarka. The Nageshwar Temple is the 12th and the last Jyotirlinga. What totally fascinated us was a towering Shiva statue almost 25 meters in height in the temple premises. The temple was simple, yet the aura was powerful. Next up, we headed to the Dwarkadish Temple. Here again, cameras were not allowed. It took quite some time waiting in the queue before we got a glimpse of Dwarkadish, meaning Lord Krishna as the king of Dwarka. Being the last day of our tour, we planned to cover Bhet Dwarka and Narara Marine National Park near Jamnagar. We checked out really early around 8:30 am and arrived at Okha parking lot in 45 minutes, after which we needed to take a ferry ride to reach Bhet Dwarka. The ferry ride took 30 minutes to reach the island. Bhet Dwarka, as the name suggests, Bhet meaning gift, is particularly significant since Lord Krishna received a gift from his dear friend Sudama, who came to visit him there, and Lord Krishna took away all his miseries. It is also the place where Lord Krishna first stepped foot on. He ruled Dwarka for 100 years from here. All his wives and children stayed here. The pujari or the priest there took us on a guided tour around the several temples in the premises, which included Lord Krishna's wives and children's temple as well. On the same island is another temple which is not found anywhere in India, that is the Magardhwaj temple. Magardhwaj is the son of Hanumanji and inside the temple are two idols, one of Magardhwaj and the other of Hanumanji. What's unusual here is that the idols are not at the same level. It is said that every year Hanumanji's idol is going underground by an inch and that of Magardhwaj is coming up from the ground. That's all for part 2. In the next and last part, we will cover Narara Marine National Park. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.